father and son and their journey. A passionate interview from Spain. A budding young referee from England. An athlete who plays both power chair and floorball. And a young athlete with big dreams for Scotland. Welcome. This is EPFA News. We start with a father and son from Austria and their journey together in power chair football as athlete and referee.
Hello, this is and Christoph Habicher from Vienna, Austria. Thank you for the opportunity to make this interview. And so here we go.
Ottobock Cup.
Yeah. We heard in 2014 that there is a tournament held in Vienna. So we went there and saw an exciting sport and exciting games, and Janis got excited all over. And then a coach, Doris Fritz, approached him and said, "Janis, you love football, don't you?" And Janis said, "Yes, I love football, of course." And Doris said, "You can play too. Come over." And so his journey began.
I started in 2015.
Yes, and I started 1 year later in 2016, and I had my first match at the third Ottobock Cup in Vienna. Janis is playing for the Ötzif Wild Wheels, located in the Burgenland area in Austria. The team is coached by Michael Streit, and the team captain is Jakob Schriefel, one of our national players. The practice units are twice a week, and yeah, they're working hard to improve, and they're one of the best teams in Austria. Power chair football is a very fast and dynamic sport, and you need good tactics. But beside of that all, power chair is real football, isn't it? You know, guys, Janis was told never be able to play football at all, and so he found a way to play football, and it is real football. He's playing football like the other kids, and that's great. That's exciting. In 2016, the Austrian Power Chair Football Association was looking for new referees to keep their game running. I had some American football experiences these days, and I thought to myself, yes, of course, I jump in. This could not be the great challenge. It's just a small game and must not be that exhausting. Yeah, I was wrong, actually. Oh, hell yeah, I was nervous, I can tell you. It was not the easy game I thought it would be when I started into the referee course. Power chair football is a very fast sport, and you really need to keep up good positioning to rule the game properly and to not get hit by wheelchairs. I learned that. And it was really challenging. It was really exhausting to officiate my first tournament. Though American football and power chair football are different sports and have different officiating mechanics. Being an American football official helped me a lot. I was used to keep a good balance between enforcing the rules and letting the games play the game and in not being too picky all the time. This is still a challenge every time. So I prepare for a power chair football match pretty much the same way than I prepare for American football match. I reread the rules, I reread my mechanics, I have talks with my colleagues, and I look at the teams, I look at the players, I know how they played the last time. I look at new teams or new players, and so I get my stuff together. I and I go into the matches prepared the best way I could be, and I think this is important both for American football and for power chair football. Be prepared, be there, and be there for the teams. It's not your day. It's the players' day. They are playing, and you're there to officiate it. That's my opinion, right? The goalie has now a little better chance to deflect the ball because he can position himself freely on the goal line, but I don't think that this is a major change to the game. I doubt that. Do you?
My favorite player is our captain Jakob. He is a great player and a great person.
Yes, he is. He is. I really enjoyed to see Mr. Bolden play football in the European Championship, but the player I admire is Yanis, because Yanis is such a great person. Yanis is a good player, and I love the way Yanis approaches the game. He has a good approach, and he's a great guy. Yeah.
I want to be a starter in my team, of course. Then I really want to play for the Austrian national team.
Yeah, I would. My dream would be for the sport to be sent to a international tournament to officiate there, and yeah, maybe it will happen at some time. Hopefully.
I like to read books and to watch football games.
Yes, football and soccer. Oh, sorry, Great Britons. American football is my second sport, and when I'm not on the field, I'm a father of three, of course, and I like to sing with my chamber choir. Yeah, when there's no COVID, you know. Gin tonic. And you? Okay, no gin tonic, more gin tonic. No, seriously, it was important for us as a family to stay together and to keep our mood up and not to fuss and fight. And yeah, okay, there has some, but not that many. And I think one of the most important things is to keep up the hope it would be it will be better. We will hug each other again. We will go outside and we will see our friends and we will have good times. Yeah, after good times. Good times. What are your hopes for 2021? I said it before. In 2021, we keep up the hope to hug each other, to see our friends, to go outside, to go to concerts, to go for sports, and most of all, we so much hope to get back on our fields. You get back on your practice field in power chair football. I get back in the center and I get back on my American football field, of course. Power chair football will be there again, and I hope, really hope, we all have a good time next year. So thank you again for this opportunity, and stay safe, everybody. Stay healthy and keep it up. Keep it coming. 2021 will be great. See you guys.
We hear now from an athlete from Spain about how power chair football is magic and how life is beautiful.
Hello everybody, nice to meet you. I'm Pepe from Seville, Spain, and I will answer some questions about this sport. Our sport, the best sport in the world. 2016, I was crossing a street with my father, and then a woman started to tell me about this sport for the first time, and it was brilliant, it was awesome, because here in Spain we really love football, and it was my passion. I really dreamed with being a football player when I was a kid, but it was really difficult without the power chair. So when the possibility and the opportunity of being a power chair football player came to me, I have no doubt I really chose it to play power chair, because it was like a dream to me, a dream coming true. Now we are on 2021, so I'm 5 years involved in power chair football. Now I am the captain of Isbilia Power Chair Football Club, one of the teams of Seville, and I am the secretary of the Power Chair Football Clubs Association of Spain. My power chair football club is Isbilia from Seville, and we are a very special power chair football club. We started just 4 players, and we were all friends, and we share a lot of things. For example, me was 27 years at these times, and I was the young one, because the other 3 players, Israel, Ferdinand and Joaquin, were older than me, and we were the president and the secretary and the vice president of our team, with no help of other people. So we created the teams, we the players, and now in these 5 years we really grew the club Now we are 9 players and a lot of volunteers, and we are very happy. We have a lot of hopes of keep growing and have more players and more visibility, you know. And we are now with the COVID-19 a little bit stopped. We we will return to the trainings in the next week. We used to train the Thursdays from the 7 to 8 in the afternoon, and I play in the center of the field, like for example in the same position as John Bolding. In my very humble opinion, everything is exciting on the power chair football because we have everything together, okay? The velocity, the technique, the vibrations of the football, the pressure, the feelings. I don't know how to say, but for me it's magic because everything that the really big older players like for example Maradona or Johan Cruyff, they did magic with the ball, and now we have Karim, or we have Momo. They are true magicians, they are wizards, and that's the beauty on this sport, that you can compare truly the football with the power chair football, because it's just football, but for we. Okay, let me think. When I used to watch Ronaldinho Gaucho play in Barcelona and later on Milan, I really love this Jogo Bonito, how he moved the ball and his dribbling. You know, my achieve is to play beautiful, is to help my team to have victories, and you know, always in the with humble feelings, okay, because it's not all about the victory or the losing. No, it's about having fun and enjoy the sport. My favorite power chair football player is Marcus Harrison from England. I really admire him, and he is a crack. He is a golden player. In my country, here in Spain, I admire another player. His name is Camilo from Granada. He is our Messi. He plays very good. You will see, I hope you will see him playing in the Spanish national team, because our national team will start soon, and you know, I hope you will see Camilo because he is a very good player. When I'm not involved in power chair football, I do a lot of things, and I have a lot of hobbies. For example, poetry. I write poems, and I love, for example, cinema. I'm also an actor, and I love to watch sports. For example, I love boxing or rugby or tennis, and I love to travel. I like animals, a lot of things. I think life is beautiful. My hope for this 2021 is to have a better year, to stop this pandemic situation and come back to the normality and come back to our lives, and of course to come back to the power chair, because this virus really stopped the football and the world, and I hope this year's is the beginning of the coming back to the normality.
A young female referee from England with years ahead in the sport and a World Cup to aim for in the future.
I first got involved in power chair football when I was about 4 or 5, I think. My mum's partner, Kath, played for Northern Thunder at the time in Newcastle. So I think it's been about 14 years since I first got involved. I find power chair football exciting because it's fast paced and I just love sport in general. I play hockey, so it's actually quite similar. It's very fast paced, ball moves from one end to the other very, very quickly. My first ever game refereeing, honestly, I have no idea. I've lined at the championships and the Premiership in England for about 5 years, I think, since I was about 14. I've refed since I was 16 and did the ref course the January after my 16th birthday, because that's when you're allowed to do it. So I honestly can't remember my first game. I think my favourite match to ref was Scotland's first international game against Middlesbrough in Scotland. Great weekend away, great just refereeing that standard, I suppose. And it was great to be a part of Scotland's first game as a national team. But my greatest achievement as a referee must be lining the WFA Cup in 2018. Fabulous, fabulous opportunity to be a part of at 17. So I'd like to achieve in refereeing to be part of the World Cup team at some point, whenever that is. I'm only 19, so got a lot of years ahead of me. Have I ever been hit by someone? Yes, I have. Harry Shenton, when he played for Cheltenham All Stars, trapped me at Nottingham Trent Uni between the pitch divider and his chair. That really hurt. He was very apologetic though. No props, Harry. Who do I admire? There's a lot of people I admire just because of what they've achieved. I think mainly it's got to be Johnny Baldwin. He's an absolute hero in terms of power chair football. Just the way he goes about everything he does. Captain of England, captain of the best team in England. Controversial, but never mind. hardest law to ref. See, everyone would say that it'd be the 2-on-1 rule, but I think it's contact, because it's with strike forces, it's very difficult to see what's on the bumper and what's not. So it's kind of, you have to bring in your opinion, which is difficult to do because not many people agree with you. The new law about goalies facing any direction, I don't like. I think a penalty is supposed to be an advantage, a very great advantage for the attacking team. That'll take some of the advantage out of it, and for a PF1 trying to save a goal when they can't look at the ball if they're facing the other direction, it's very hard. My advice to someone wanting to be a power chair football referee, just do it. It's amazing. I've met so many people, got so many friends from around the country, around the world even, that we're now so close to, and it's one of the best sports to be a part of, 100%. In my free time, I'm at college, so do a lot of college work, unfortunately. Hoping to go to uni to do a paramedics degree, so that keeps me occupied. I also play a lot of hockey, love hockey. It's second best sport ever to power chair football. Obviously it's been an awful year for everyone with COVID and all that. I've still been at college for most of it, so it hasn't been too bad. We also got some kittens in November, and they are the cutest things ever and have been keeping me occupied. So anyway, thanks.
We are going to meet now an athlete from Denmark who has represented at the highest levels in power chair football and also in floorball.
This started with me watching some people playing power chair soccer in the same hall I was playing in electric hockey in. At this point I didn't have any guard for the wheelchair, but I quickly found now, and I can shoot with the wheel. I was in a front wheel drive wheelchair at that time, and real fast found out I could shoot harder than a wheel drive, just with my back wheel. So I'm just talking with my coach all the time, and he says, well, you should find a guard so you can play proper wheelchair football. So since 2010 I have played wheelchair soccer for EPFA. I have also been playing in electric hockey, or as we call it, el-hockey, for 20 years now. So I always played some sports since I was 9 years old. To me, power chair soccer is designed because of the way you have to drive the wheelchair to have control of the ball with your guard, and of course spin kicks. The tactics are also different that is in a power chair floorball, that is not allowed to screen on the ball. So I had to get used to that. I can still be surprised at how much speed you can get into the ball with a spin kick. Power chair floorball is a very fast sport. You play 5 vs 5. 2 players must have a 50 stick on your wheelchair, a goalkeeper and 1 in the field, and the rest of the players played with a loose stick right in the floorball in the hand, and the maximum speed is 15 kilometers an hour. So there's a lot faster. For me, it was pretty easy to adapt to the rules of the power chair challenge. I think I have most trouble with getting used to 2-on-1 rules, as we don't have it in floorball. For one club, there has been 2 matches I remember the best. The first is against Aarhus, a final match when both played a very good match, close shot, and we ended up in a penalty shots where we unfortunately lost after many shots. And another one was a normal match against in Copenhagen, where Copenhagen never seems to make out how games to work, and myself I had a very big problem with my Skyforce. My battery was completely dead, so I have to get out sometimes in the match and charge my wheelchair. But really lucky I managed to shoot a ball to one of our first player. He cannot do anything, but he made 2 goals. So that match reminded me about we have to use all our players. And for the national team, it was in 2019, where we playing against Northern Ireland. I was out on the bench in the beginning, and I just watching my teammate start out very bad, and we come quickly behind 2-0. Our goalkeeper was too far away, and Northern Ireland scored on a corner kick, and yeah. So the coach just chose me in, and I did everything what I could to trying to get back in the match. So I just started to get in and made all the space the other player need, and shouting a lot about where the ball are, where you should pass them. So very quick before half time we made it to 2-2, and I scored one of the goals to 2-2. And the very last ending of that match, I got cancelled a goal. What I want to achieve is in sport. My goal is to get better every year and get closer to the gold medal and develop myself in the sport. With the floorball national team, we was very close to winning gold, so I hope next year we can win some gold medal or something very close. There are some players I look up to, depending on how they use a chair or playing on the field. So I'm trying to copy that and made my own style of playing, and this is both in floorball and soccer. So sometimes I take some stuff from floorball and put in soccer, and another way also. So there is no specific player I'm looking very much up to. They just I really like the games, so I'm just looking at the players and trying to see if I can use the floorball or soccer and so on, and trying to copy it and still keeping my own style in my games. For 2022, I hope I can line up for both national teams, but it's depending on how they look with the sponsor, training time. Maybe I have to make a tough decision about which national teams I want to go with, but time will tell, because this depending on many things for me personally. I have been a part of both national teams since 2014, so I tend to review some very big tournaments with many close matches, because now people have 1 year more to train in. I expect both teams to improve comparing to last time we were out to play, which is the finals for floorball and a semi-final for soccer. I think it's going to be a little bit easier to sail the ball, so I'm looking forward to train on the both as a goalkeeper and a shooter. I think when you have ability to just face any direction when you want, there may be a little bit of chance for you to react on that shoot and maybe save the ball a little bit easier. In my free time, I like to play a lot on my computer, playing World of Tanks or another super game, drawing in 3D, messing with my 3D printer, and or trying to repair my wheelchair. I also drive a lot around in my bus to see my friends or just enjoying the nature. My hope for 21 is we can start training again and play some matches and hold tournaments, of course. And yeah, we also want the COVID-19 to be gone or below on a safe level so we can play and see all together again. Thank you for this time. See you later.
Another of our young stars of the future here with aspirations to represent his country at a future World Cup.
I got a leaflet through the door around 7 years ago from Dundee Disability Sport to promote the first paratrooper football session. I've tried various sports in the past, but none of them were suitable for me. I find the speed and the reaction times of the chair very exciting. Also, I'm quite competitive, so the competition side is always good. My favourite match was a club match, and it was last season. In the second game, it was against Clyde Alba. We drew 1-1. What just made it so exciting was it was so tight and end-to-end football, so great football was on show. It is an honour because the coaches obviously have a belief in me, selecting me from a great bunch of players, only cutting it down to around 8. So to be in those 8, it means a lot. So I want to keep developing as a player, win more trophies, and eventually compete in the World Cup with my country. There's many players that I admire, like Chris Gordon and Brian Rice, but Colin Shields is the one I look up to. He has great respect by the team and referees, and is a great leader. When I have free time, I play games like FIFA and Call of Duty. Also, I watch F1, football, and paratrooper football. In 2021, I would like to see a return to training and matches as I miss the teammates that I have and the camaraderie it brings. Also, I'd like to see a return to fans in football stadiums as I miss seeing my local team Dundee United play.
Remember, get in contact with EPFA News at the email below, and until next time, take care.